My son's web history got me arrested. I was pouring coffee when the front door exploded off its hinges. 6 FBI agents rushed in and slammed my face into the tile floor. I tasted blood. You're under arrest for making terroristic threats against 3 schools. I kept trying to speak. Please, this is a mistake. Nobody looked at me. Then an agent walked in from the garage holding a cardboard box. He crouched down so I could see inside. Wires, powder, instructions for building a bomb. Found this behind your lawnmower. I had never seen that box before in my life. The agents pulled me to my feet, and that's when I saw my son Dylan at the top of the stairs. His eyes were wide and his hand was gripping the railing, but something was wrong. His breathing was slow. His face was calm. He looked like someone watching a movie they had already seen before. A judge denied me bail because he said I was too dangerous to release. Dylan came to visit me the next morning. I walked into the visitation room and saw him sitting behind the glass with his head down and his shoulders shaking. When he looked up, his eyes were swollen and red, and there were tears running down his cheeks. I believe you, Dad. I know you didn't do this. My chest felt like it was caving in. This was my boy. The same kid I coached at baseball for 6 years. The same kid I worked doubles to put through private school. I pressed my hand against the cold glass and told him everything was going to be okay. He pressed his hand against mine on the other side. I'll tell everyone you're innocent. I promise I won't stop until you're home. I believed every single word. Over the next few weeks, my entire life collapsed. My company fired me after 14 years. My wife filed for divorce without even telling me herself. My own mother stopped answering my calls. My brother finally explained what was happening. Dylan had been going around telling everyone I was angry and paranoid and violent for months, that I scared him, that he didn't know who to tell. Everyone believed him. Dylan came back to visit me, and he walked in with the same red eyes and the same tears. I'm fighting so hard for you, Dad. I won't ever give up. But then he leaned forward and lowered his voice. Did the FBI say anything about your work laptop? I told him I didn't know. Something flickered across his face. Relief. He nodded slowly and sat back in his chair. When the guard called time, Dylan stood up and wiped his eyes with the back of his hand. He turned toward the door, and I saw it. A small smile. Just for a second. Just long enough for me to feel my whole body go cold. I sat there staring at the empty chair, trying to convince myself I imagined it. Then my brother called and told me Dylan was telling people I confessed to him, that I blamed the schools for ruining my career, that I wanted to hurt people. My own son was destroying my life while holding my hand and promising to save me. Then everything changed. The FBI agent sat down across from me and told me a 4th bomb threat had just been delivered while I was locked up. Same writing style, same login, same everything. He looked me straight in the eyes. We traced it back to your house, to your son's computer. I'm sitting in the courtroom when they bring Dylan in. He's wearing a suit and his eyes are red like he's been crying for hours. He looks at me and mouths the words, "I'm sorry, Dad." I almost believe him. His lawyer stands up and begs the jury to see Dylan as a confused child who made a terrible mistake. Then the prosecutor rises. She tells the jury they found remote access software on my laptop and traced it directly to Dylan's gaming computer. I watch Dylan's hands start shaking. She holds up the bomb materials in a clear evidence bag and explains that 3 fingerprints were lifted from the instruction sheet. All 3 belong to Dylan. His leg starts bouncing under the table. She pulls out his search history and reads it slowly. How to frame your parents for a crime. How to make it look like someone else sent an email. What happens to life insurance if the policyholder goes to prison forever. My chest is so tight I can barely breathe. Then she reads the last one. He searched it the same night I stayed up helping him with his college essays. How to make sure someone never gets out. Dylan suddenly jumps to his feet and screams at the prosecutor. "You're twisting everything. I didn't do this. He made me do it." The judge slams his gavel and orders Dylan to sit down, but Dylan spins around and looks directly at me with tears streaming down his face. "Tell them, Dad. Tell them you were going to hurt those kids and I tried to stop you." I stare at my son and I don't say a single word. His face changes. The tears stop. His eyes go cold and flat like a switch flipped off. "You were never supposed to find out," he says quietly. "You were supposed to just disappear." The jury finds him guilty on all counts. 23 years. My wife's
Click the link on the homepage to watch the full follow-up for free.